What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing career mode within Madden 23. We're going to be discussing the details of how to set up a career mode properly, how to avoid all of the errors and issues that you get with the face of the franchise game mode, and how to set up a career mode that's going to be the most immersive experience that we can really get out of a game like Madden 23. However, we can do a couple of things to set up a pretty good career mode. And first and foremost, we're going to want to avoid face of the franchise mode. And the reason for that is that you're going to have a lot of errors and issues that happen that within face of the franchise mode that are completely unavoidable. I mean, there's nothing you can do to get around them. Last year and in years past, there was the issue where you got to a certain point in your career and you would just get stuck on a loading screen advancing, and it would never bring you back in. It would never let you continue to play. And that is an error again this year. I'm getting reports from multiple users that they're facing the same issue that I made videos on in the past. So we're going to want to avoid that. We're going to want to go to franchise mode and create a career mode this way. Unfortunately, there is no true career mode type of a game mode on the actual opening screen of the game. So we have to kind of work our way around it. You either play face of the franchise, which is going to be a scripted experience with cutscenes and things like that, and a finite ending to your career, or you can have a little bit more freedom and we can go into franchise mode. Now, if you guys have not checked it out, I want you guys to check out my gameplay with Flex Palco and what went down with this career mode that we started up, and we're trying to reestablish a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. So I want you guys to check that out. That's going to turn into a series, and we're going to see if we can fix the Seattle Seahawks quarterback problem. So make sure that you guys hit a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you guys get notified when those videos are uploaded, and make sure you guys leave a comment down below with what you guys would like to see out of a career mode like that. But nonetheless, let's show you guys how to set something up like this. So the very basics, you're going to want to go to create a new league, and you can utilize whatever roster you want. You just simply have to load that roster first, and then you can utilize active roster. You can utilize the real life NFL roster, or you can go into offline mode and do it that way as well. For the purposes of today's video, I'm just going to use real life NFL roster, and then all you have to do is change your starting position. There are going to be some crucial steps later on to make sure that you have things set up the way that you need them to be. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a player for the Detroit Lions to compete at quarterback. And right here, once we get to this screen, you're going to need to hit change role. So when I go to change role, I'm then going to want to select player, and you're going to have a couple of options. You can actually select an NFL player to play as. You're going to retire after 15 years. However, that is not necessarily the case if you create your own players. So you can start as a rookie, choose your position, choose your player type, choose your backstory, and this gives you a lot of really good options to utilize within Madden 23 and Maddens before it. It's basically the same process. So, say we want to create a field general quarterback, we could do that. You're going to be able to compare between the different archetypes that you can start out as. Let's select field general quarterback, and then you're going to get to select between top pick, mid-round pick, and undrafted. And essentially, to give you a short summary of what these are, a top pick is going to be an 80-ish overall player, a mid-round pick is going to be a 70s overall player, and a undrafted player is going to be in the 60s. I actually started out as a 58 overall, so these are not necessarily accurate 100% to the player cards here, but you can choose what type of path you want to have to the NFL. I feel like one of the most realistic ways to do it, if you're trying to have fun, trying to create your own player, is to go undrafted. The only problem there is you may get cut after so many games, and so I want to tell you guys right now that you're gonna have some problems potentially you're going to run into within franchise mode, because franchise mode in this game is just simply not built for career mode. It just is not designed to allow you to have a proper superstar mode or career mode like it used to be. And so what you need to do, especially if you're starting off with a lower overall player, is at a certain point you're going to need to make sure that you put on instant starter, and I'll show you guys exactly where that is. You're going to go through this entire process of creating a player. It's really nice that you have access to the full customization system that you would have access to in face of the franchise mode mode, not the pared down customization system that you have access to within regular franchise mode. So you get a legitimate customization system. You can make whatever you want here as a player, and it does get pretty detailed, which is absolutely phenomenal. But once we get past that stage, again, we're then going to want to change a couple of settings. We're going to want to affect a couple of different things here. You're first and foremost going to want to select your skill level, and then at some point you're going to want to make sure you set instant starter on. So if you have not watched that video with Flex Palco, I want you guys to go watch that video and see exactly what happens if you don't have instant starter on. Basically, I was trying to build my player up to a point where I would get to a higher overall than Drew Lock, who's about a 65, 66 overall on the Seattle Seahawks, and I wasn't able to do that because at a certain point, they will release you from the team and you're going to struggle to find a job, even if you're a mid-60s X-Factor player, which is what you start out as here on this, this preset. So you want to make sure that at a certain point, you actually give yourself a chance to play, and that's what Instant Starter is going to do. It's going to bump you to the top of the depth chart and allow you to actually play games. Now, some of you might want to be an instant starter right away, and some of you guys might want to delay it. My personal recommendation, don't delay it any further than 3 or 4 games, because then you are really risking just having to do this whole process again and restart your career mode. So we can then go in and start playing, and I want to show you guys exactly what this looks like. If we first start off just as we did here, you're going to get the full experience, getting messages from your head coach, doing your individual weekly training. And this is actually super interesting because they changed the way training works within franchise mode, but they did not change the way your weekly training works within this technical career mode. And so it is the old training system within Madden. It is not current to Madden 23. I mean, it's not updated in any way. So this is the old training system you're going to have access to. You can go in and play your drills and do the bronze, silver, or gold medal based on how you perform in that drill. So you're going to get the full experience here. However, this career mode is going to be slightly different than a face of the franchise or something like that. You're going to have full control of the entire team. That's a crucial difference and a setting that we're going to have to change if you don't want to have full control over everything, if you want it to be a true career mode and not have to go through the process of playing or simulating defense, special teams, all of these snaps where you're not actually on the field. So this is a crucial change that you have to make, one that we discovered on my video about Flex Palco. So again, go and watch that. The entire process is very entertaining. A lot of people enjoyed actually me struggling my way through to figure out how all of this operates, and then somebody inevitably worked through it with me and found out that you can simply select a certain setting that's going to allow you to player lock. Now, there is a way to individually player lock from play to play, and that's going to be by clicking in the left stick a couple of times. So on a passing play, for example, I can player lock like this, and it's going to lock me onto the quarterback, which is, you know, in theory great. We thought we solved the problem, but as soon as that play is done, it's going to revert me back to not being player locked. You guys can see here, no longer player locked. It's going to allow me to run as the running back and things like that, and that's not what we want. We want to be player locked the entire time for this to be more of a true career mode. And so whenever you're setting up a franchise or before you get into your games, you're going to want to make sure again that you go to your franchise settings, and there's a specific setting down here that we're going to want to change, which is full on-field control. So this is titled player mode, full on-field control. If you turn that off, you will then not be able to control every single player on the field. So we're going to hop back into this game and show you guys exactly what that looks like. And as soon as you jump back into the game, you're going to notice a big difference here. This is going to look just like it would in a traditional career mode, where you're going to hit continue playing and it's going to sim through everything on its own until you're back on the field. Once you get onto the field, you're going to have this unique perspective from your player, which I absolutely love. I actually really like this camera angle. It is a additional challenge, and it's a really fun way to set up a career mode. But now with all of this set up, you are not subject to the same errors, the same issues that you're going to experience in face of the franchise mode. That's only going to allow you to play a certain number of years and things like that, and you might experience loading errors at certain points. Instead, you can do this mode in order to get into a franchise, a career mode franchise, and it's going to be a pretty immersive and entertaining experience. So So I do hope that this is helpful to you guys, and I hope that you guys will go ahead and try it out. I know that I've covered this in the past. It is still pretty much the same process because they haven't changed this in a while, but getting the full on-field control option out of the way is one of the most important things and something that I have certainly missed in the past. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. And like I said, I hope that you guys will subscribe for more tips and tricks videos, as well as this series here with Flex Palco. Like I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed or found this informative. And if you did, leave a like on the video, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day.